I had a child, he was young and I was young, so I wanted to find something that I can try to just have a career and not have to work the long hours. The hours were great for me being a single mom and young, so I did I think the mid-hour days that you guys did offer, like the 12 o'clock to 5. So that helped me with being able to maybe have a part-time job and then still take care of my son with reasonable hours. So that was pretty good. So I was happy about that. It made it easy being a single parent to go to school with you guys and get my certificate easily. The site that I was placed was actually the one I'm working at now. So I did my externship here at Perfect Teeth and then got hired as the hygiene assistant here right after my externship. So that made it great because I was prepared and jumped right in and got the best opportunity I could get. I take from PIMA, just the ethics, of course, that you need to conduct yourself in, and they prepare you and make you understand that the externship is not just schooling. Like, this is, you're preparing for your career and your job. You're basically on stage for the person that you're externing with. So I got hired here as the hygiene assistant. I was that for 2 years, and that started in 2005. I then went up to the patient coordinator spot up in the front, and then I was there for 6 years. While I was doing the patient coordinating spot, I learned management skills to be a lead patient coordinator, and I did that for 6 years. And then I moved up to the management position about 1.5 years ago because I was just progressing, learning what I can get, and even with no business degrees, I made it to be management. And then, of course, being the management and then our doctor, we do take a lot of PIMA students. We actually take only PIMA students at our location because me and the doctor feel that they are the best prepared. We have a good success rate. We actually have majority of our employees here are from PIMA.
I wake up every morning and I'm like, I don't have to go to a dead-end job because I love what I do. I love the people that I help. I love, I just love when somebody is so excited that I help them to bring them to tears. Like that fulfills my day. That is what makes me so excited that I chose this and that this is what I'm doing. Life before PMI, I'm a single mom and my daughter is almost a teenager, and I wasn't doing anything. I had gone to college before, but it didn't work out. Like, the job had been eliminated, so it was kind of like a useless degree that I had. I tried to find something that I could do that was going to help people, but not touch them, because I have this fear of touching people. So pharmacy seemed to fit it. Like, I could help people and I could help them feel better without touching them, because I came here with the intention of just kind of getting some information, seeing if they had a night program and seeing if it would work into my schedule and kind of see what the tuition and stuff was like. And I came in on I think it was a Monday or a Tuesday, got the information, I tested, and I started school the following Thursday. And actually, most of our classmates were actually still friends today. Like, we hang out all the time and we're all friends on Facebook. My best friend is from my class. Like, we are now best friends, and it's crazy. The friendships that we built, we had to build because we had to lean on each other. Like, what their strengths were my weakness, and what my strengths were their weakness. So we had to really bounce around on each other because that we were all we had. So in and outside of school, like, this was our force to get the knowledge that we needed to move on. I have recently accepted a new position working for a long-term care facility out in Seattle. Where I'm moving to actually has advancement potential, so I'm excited to see myself advance and continue to grow in the field, because it's never ending. It's always changing. I couldn't be more happy now that I've done it. Like, I was really scared going through it, and I was really scared to even jump into it. But now that I have, I am so excited. I am so relieved that I found something that fits me. I don't have to touch people, but I am helping so many people, and it feels fantastic, and it's a good example for my daughter.
I've always been interested in the medical field. I just kind of felt like that was a career that had the most longevity. I was interested in the billing and coding, and I tried to do a couple courses online, but for some reason I just never completed them. So when I got the itch again, I guess, to go and get into the field, I started looking, and what brought me to Pima was their the time frame, one, and then their job rate of employment after school was the highest that I looked at, and that just really, those two things kind of just solidified it for me. Going back to school at my age and having to get back in that mind frame of schoolwork was tough. I had that tutor to pull it out because I came out with the C. But other than that, once I kind of got that part down, going forward in the other classes was really good. It helped me just kind of focus in on what I wanted to do, and I ended up being a tutor for some of our computer classes on the systems that we use. So it was really a fun and a learning experience. It was awesome. I am a medical admin assistant for Colorado Springs Family Practice. So I did have my extern here. Then maybe like halfway through is when it was like, okay, well, we're gonna keep you, so this is what you're gonna be doing. So eventually I think I want to go back for the healthcare administration. I think I will probably plan to do that eventually here. Maybe within the next couple years, go back and do that. What I would say to my professors, I would just say thank you. I mean, a lot of them really took their time out to make sure that I was understanding and I knew what I was doing. And then once they were like, don't worry about it, you're stressing for nothing. And I'm like, I'm stressing. They're like, no, they made sure that I relaxed, stop stressing, you got this, don't worry about it. So I would just say thank you.
Right now I'm working at Banfield Pet Hospital. I'm a certified veterinary technician. Well, I've always loved animals. It was always the goal to be working with animals one way or another. I got to take a tour of the school before I applied there, and I just loved how, like, when I came in, there was kennels there with cats and dogs there, and they were working with the cats, and just that alone, getting to see the pets already there and that people were getting to work with them was just fabulous to me. The fact that everyone knew your name, the teachers, anyone helping out, they all knew your name, regardless of how long you'd been there, if you'd been there, just starting off. I loved how hands-on it was, and really getting to experience these things versus just reading out of a book, trying to picture it. So it was really great to actually get to do that kind of stuff, hands-on. And I loved how they would work with you, and how if you ever had any sort of situation going on, they were more than happy to help you with it. They were there to guide you, answer any questions you had. And I was working the entire time I was going through the program, living by myself. So they made that workable with me. So when I could choose, morning, afternoon, they're really able to work around my schedule so that I can accomplish both. So my first externship I actually did here, which is really great because within being in the program less than a year, it already opened up doors for me, and through that externship is how I actually got hired here. So that helped a lot with not only like I said, opening the door just so quickly into a place that I've always wanted to be. I did recently take my VT&E test, and I passed it on my first try. Which I totally attribute to Pima. There's just no way I could have, learned anything if it wasn't so hands-on, wasn't so thorough, wasn't just so, every topic that was on that test wound up being something that I'd gone through during school. So definitely, completely attribute everything to Pima.
I liked talking to people and the insurances and everything, and when I enrolled for the healthcare administration online, and it was easy. I was able to work with my schedule with work, and it fit me better. At first, it was a little bit of a struggle to work full time, work an 8-hour day and then go home and do homework, but the teachers, the instructors, even the counselors at PMI, they're always available. They're very quick to email back, and it was great. It was like I was at school anyway. There were certain things, like especially here, I have a lot of patient interaction. I'm in the front, I greet people. Sometimes patients come in upset, and the night before I'm learning how to handle situations where patients are upset, and it's just things that I was learning, I'm applying to every day. So it fit perfect my everyday. Even with things like mathematical courses, taking copays and dealing with money, things like that, things that you wouldn't think that, well, what am I taking this for? It applies to what I was doing in the medical field. So it was really awesome to come to work the next day and apply what I just learned the night before to my work. So it was awesome. My instructors online, even though I don't know them, I've never met them, I still have a relationship with them, and are able to email them, or if things come up in life that happens, I'm able to say, hey, fortunately this happened, I'm not gonna be available, and they're understanding. They're like, take your time, life happens. But they were just there. Every single one of my PMI instructors have been a part of this journey with me, and I couldn't thank them enough, because I went into it fresh out of high school, had no idea. When you're in high school, you don't take it serious because it's just school, but when you're in college, you're paying for, this is your education, this is your future. So to have instructors that really care about you, and to say, look, this is what's going to happen. If you apply yourself, you're going to be successful, and everybody there just believes in you, and that's what makes it so much easier to accomplish. That's what has been easy for me too, also.
Honestly, I was in for a career change, and it was completely spontaneous. Going to Pima, I was actually just kind of pondering. I heard about the school, and I had driven past the school a couple of times, and that particular day I was just like, what, let me go check it out, see what they have to offer. And when I went in, a little bit of homework, and I chose dental to challenge myself, because like I said, I didn't know anything, nothing. And literally, she brought me in on Wednesday to do my paperwork. On Thursday was my orientation, and Monday was my first day at school. I loved it. I had a blast in school. I honestly didn't even want to graduate. I wanted to stay there. I even asked Miss Ivy, could I just stay? So it was, and I love the field. I worked in food and beverage, and it was very, very high paced, and being in the dental field, it is very high paced, and so the two of them worked out very well for me. Let's see, I started a year ago, and a year later I have a whole new career and a whole new life, and it's all due to the school. I don't know, I'm so happy. I'm just happy to be with the new career and where I am right now, that my original plan was to extend, go to the ETA course, and just keep going. And now that I'm here and I see how busy it is, it's just constant, I'm content, and I'm grateful of what I have done and what I've achieved, but I'm also happy where I am.
I wound up having an instructor that was just so willing to give the time, and made me feel like I could do it and I could be successful. And I've experienced that even online, which I thought was different in the different programs. Online, you're not in the classroom, and maybe you wouldn't have that much support. But through the associate's program, and even still currently through this bachelor's program that I'm in, every instructor has been completely supportive. Their phone numbers, their emails, they follow up. If you have any questions, please let me know, and they truly follow up with you. To be honest with you, I was running a little late near a deadline, and I actually got an email that said, is everything okay? Do you need any help? And I actually was in the ER with my son, and so I said, I'm hoping to be out of here so I can send this in on time. And sure enough, I did, thankfully enough. But it was so nice that somebody cared enough to reach out and say, is everything okay?
it's not normally like you, and things like that. And so it seemed like, they really take to heart that you're doing your best, and they're going to do their best for you too. But I work at University Hospital. I've been there over 14 years. During that time, I started as an entry-level technician and worked my way up to a tech level 3, which is the highest that you can be at that time. And I was very satisfied in what I was doing, but I was looking for something different. I think that I would like to do their healthcare administration program, because eventually I would like to be a supervisor, a manager, or even a director in a healthcare facility. So I went through that program, and then I heard they had a bachelor's program as well, and I said, what better? So I registered into that, and that's where I am now. I am no longer, even though I hold my licensure, pharmacy technician within our department. I'm actually a project coordinator. Finishing my associate's degree, I was able, with the credentials, to apply for that position at the hospital when it opened. And I wound up being the chosen candidate. I think that my education had a lot to do with it. Incredibly, just advancement alone. And so that's why I felt it was important to move on to the bachelor's program. And then my instructors online, you think of a computer and you don't think that there's a person on the other end. That really truly is that encouraging factor. And between the instructors and my family, my husband, my children, the encouragement alone to press on it's all I needed. It's really all I needed. I just like the fact that I've been able to grow as an employee, but also a person. I've inspired my children, which is a major thing for me, and I feel satisfied.